Today, I have in a watch like nothing I've experienced before from a Venezianico Watches out of Italy. The watch is the Aquaforte, the fully engraved Aquaforte from their Nereide collection. And this has so many cool little details to take in. It was a whole lot of fun to shoot because of that. Now, this watch was given to the channel and does not have to be returned, but like always, the company has no say when it comes to the content of today's video. So let's get to it and check out the watch. All right. Now, Venezianico has a lot of more typical watches than this divers, everyday wear watches, chronographs, all that. But they also like to put out the occasional watch that's maybe a little more on the artistic side. Sometimes that sacrifices function over form, but it also gives the brand the opportunity to offer something different like this. I met part of the team at the Toronto Timepiece show last year, and they were a lot of fun. If you're going to the Vancouver show in April, they're going to be there as well. Looking forward to seeing them again and some of you there too. To the watch here, though, and the name Aquafort is actually an engraving technique. It's, I guess, really more of an etching technique where all of the parts that are metallic on the final product, like this, are covered in a protective layer, leaving the layers that are to be etched exposed. It's then dipped in an acid, and once it's done, the etched areas are filled with ink, giving you this really cool contrasting finish. So let's start with the dial and kind of work our way out from there. And the dial is almost sterile looking at first. Up top, we have the Applied Company logo in steel, and then the stealthy black on black print work with Venezianico printed there just below. Down at the bottom of the dial is Nereide, and good call on making the text blend into the dial like that. All of the steel elements really pop off the matte dial. The sword style hands look good and well finished. Same goes for the applied indices. Now, they decided to go with a black loom formula, including on the bezel, and it's also a good call looks wise in light. But the trade off with the black loom is it's really not that bright at all. That being said, if they went with a white colored loom, it wouldn't look right, I don't think. I was surprised to see the bezel loom. It blends right in with the black ink-filled areas. Wouldn't it be cool if they did all those ink-filled areas with a black loom instead? Wouldn't be crazy bright, but how cool would that be? The bezel has a good feeling action. Sounds good and easy to grip, but I will say the triangular marker takes an extra second or two to spot. It's not really all that functional if you use your bezel to time things regularly, but that's really not what this is all about anyway. This is more art on wrist than a purpose-built dive watch. The case is pretty well completely engraved. This type of technique was developed during the Renaissance, and I'm going to mispronounce this, but the acanthus leaves they're using are a symbol of beauty and harmony, and it truly is like wearing a piece of art on wrist. Also, this has one of my all-time favorite case backs with the image of the Lion of St. Mark there. I think that is just gorgeous. One thing I was surprised to see was they even gave the underside of the lugs the engraving treatment, so they didn't cheap out anywhere here. Under the hood is the Miyota 9039, so high beat movement beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a power reserve of approximately 42 hours. The crown is a signed screw down crown. Good size crown too, so it's easy to get a hold of, and it's got a smooth winding action with no grit or anything like that at all. The strap is made with hand-aged Italian leather, and it's a good quality leather at that. It looks good on the watch and wears comfortably right out of the box. It gets better after a day or two break-in, but straight away it's quite comfy. The buckle is also engraved similar to the rest of the watch, which really completes the look. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 42.2 millimeters. The lug to lug is 49.3 millimeters. Lug opening is 22 millimeters, and the thickness is 11.7 millimeters. The crystal is an AR treated sapphire, and the water resistance is 200 meters. And here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. And yeah, this is just so cool. I personally would usually go after a more typical dive watch, which they do have plenty of options for in this line of watches, but I really enjoy mixing it up with something different like this. Overall, great build quality and so many neat little details to look at. Cost for this is 850 USD. Now, at the moment, these are sold out on the site, but I'm told in a few weeks they'll be releasing another batch. They do have a boutique though, and they said they have limited stock there. And if anyone is interested to contact them directly, they might be able to ship some out right away. Link will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye bye.